Hey, it's me, MLB. Here's chapter 66 of Rapid Fate Online, and this one is titled Rematch. So are we doing wages, Iron Butterfly? Kirito asked slyly with a wink as he swung his arms around and rolled his shoulders to warm them up for the fight. I'm always up for making things more interesting, Butterfly replied with a small smirk. What's your wager? Okay, if I win, I get to be best man at the wedding, Kirito said. Butterfly giggled. Okay, well, if I win, you and Asuna move with us to level 44 and build next door so we can continue to be neighbours. Well, this will be the most interesting duel then, Kirito said, unsheathing his sword and swinging it back. I accept your wager. Come, Butterfly called tensely, holding his hand up before rotating it at the wrist and beckoning Kirito with his index finger. Not even going to draw your sword? Kirito smirked. You're either bluffing, or you're confident you can read my movements and counter accordingly. The latter, for sure, Butterfly replied with an equally mischievous smirk. Wait, they haven't even invited each other to the duel yet, you gasped to Asuna. What if someone dies? No one will die, Asuna chuckled. They're evenly matched and know their weapons well. This will be an interesting duel. She sat down on the grass to enjoy the show. You were still dubious, but decided to trust her and shrugged before sitting down beside her on the grass as well. So, who's gonna win? You asked her with a sly grin. You already know who I'm going for, she laughed. True, you replied. I'm glad we're on the same page then, and that you're going for Butterfly. That's not who... I know, you chuckled. I'm just kidding. I'm excited that you said they're evenly matched. That's big praise considering just how strong Kirito is. Well, the proof will be in this fight, she said, nodding towards the two men, who were in the middle of a standoff before starting. Ready? Kirito called. Are you stalling, Kirito? Butterfly jeered playfully. Without warning, Kirito shot forward and disappeared, and surprisingly, Butterfly did the same, still without drawing his weapon. There was a brief moment that included flashes of lightning as the dueling swordsmen crossed paths, then they reappeared on the other side of each other once they had passed. Drawing your sword, completing a 3-hit combo, then resheathing before reappearing, Kirito remarked as he turned back towards Butterfly. Can't say I'm not impressed with that display. Thank you, Butterfly said with a smile. I still got you though, Kirito added, pointing to Butterfly's left leg. Butterfly looked down. Oh, so you did. Impressive. Thank you, Kirito smiled. Are these two dueling or having a friendly game of golf? You deadpanned. Asuna laughed. Kirito is enjoying himself. It's nice to see. Same with Butterfly, so it seems, you mused. They'll get more serious as the duel continues, Asuna said. Butterfly has improved immensely though, I must say. You swelled with pride at her praise of your man and looked back to watch the next round between the two. Butterfly unsheathed his sword and shot forwards, releasing the chain whip and cracking it around Kirito, and the black swordsman tried to break the chains with his sword, but the reinforcements held up strongly. At the last minute he had to dodge and jump as the whip snaked around him. Butterfly saw that he had the upper hand and yanked the chain whip up, catching Kirito's leg and tripping him, but the agile Seo hero turned the potential back fall into a backflip, thrusting his sword out to try and swipe Butterfly in the process, but Butterfly quickly dodged the tip of the sword as it flew past. Close, Kirito called as he landed in a hero pose after successfully flipping backwards. I think I just nicked you though, Butterfly said, and pointed to Kirito's right leg. There was a very small tear on Kirito's pants, and the black swordsman chuckled as he looked down. So you did, he replied. Okay, final round. We've both marked each other. Next one to mark the other will be declared the winner. Perfect, Butterfly replied lowly. Kirito smirked and called forth his second sword. Oh, dual wield? Well then, Butterfly said, calling forth his bracelet that you'd made. Now we're even. Wouldn't call that even, but I'm up for the challenge, Kirito smirked. Without warning, Kirito shot forwards, forcing Butterfly to retreat slightly to dodge the onslaught of his dual-wield attacks. Aqua Vortex, Butterfly called loudly, and immediately the skill activated, flinging one of Kirito's swords from his hand as the speed of the water propelled it away. Damn it, Kirito muttered, resorting to his single-wield technique. Butterfly threw the chain whip sword out towards Kirito, and the handsome man had no choice but to dodge and duck as the whip spiraled around him. He moves faster than light. I can't hit him, Butterfly muttered internally, trying desperately to land a hit, but it was almost as if he was fighting a glitching monster, as the attacks were going right through him. Kirito was staying well within strike range and bided his time, knowing that the vortex had an attack limit, and the minute it turned off he was going to launch his finishing attack. All of a sudden the aqua vortex shut off and Kirito jumped forwards. "Shield!" Butterfly yelled, and punched towards Kirito, lining his shield and sword up to point at Kirito's chest and head. He waited. Nothing happened. It was then that he realised that Kirito had his sword slightly off to the side of the shield, a mere inch from his own neck, but the black swordsman couldn't move any closer because if he did, he'd be impaled in the stomach by Butterfly's sword. Both men were puffing madly as they held each other at sword point. "Tai?" Butterfly asked through ragged breaths as he lowered his shield to see Kirito's face. "Tai," Kirito confirmed, his chest rising and falling rapidly. Both duellers dropped their swords and shook hands. "That was a good fight," Kirito said as he tried to calm his breathing. Butterfly nodded. "Gave me a good, workout, that's for sure. So what do we do regarding the wager?" he asked with a breathless laugh. "Call it annulled," Kirito replied, "although I'd still love to attend the wedding." "That's a given," Butterfly replied, "and you're always welcome to stay with us on level 44 any time you're nearby." "Deal," Kirito replied with a smile. The two men approached you and Asuna and helped you up off the grass. "Butterfly, your leg!" you gasped when you saw the thin trickle of blood dried on the skin, visible through the rip in his pants. "And your pants too, Kirito," Asuna chided in an annoyed motherly tone. "What to do with you boys?" You all laughed and chatted lightly before finally saying goodbye and heading indoors to your respective houses. "So did you guys tie?" you asked Butterfly. "Yes, but I felt like I won because he couldn't break the sword you expertly reinforced," Butterfly said with a smile. "Thank you again for making it much better. It's perfect now." And there ends chapter 66. Stay tuned for chapter 67.